Let's talk about how to get approved for any credit card. Basically, if you're trying to build credit or rebuild credit, it's really helpful to actually have at least one credit card in your wallet. It can be a secured credit card or unsecured credit card. But what I want to do here is that today's conversation, I want to give you a few specific tips you can apply right now to actually be approved no matter what. The first thing you want to do here is to actually check your credit score. The thing is, credit cards, there are multiple credit cards with multiple target markets. So credit card providers actually are actually having credit card offers based on their business model. So you as a consumer, if you want to apply for a credit card, you first want to check your credit score because imagine you have bad credit. Imagine your credit score is around 300 or 400 and you apply to, you apply for the Chase Sapphire Reserve, for instance, which is a premium credit card, you're not going to be approved, no matter how much money you have, because you are in a different market. So the bottom line here is to actually apply for a credit card in your market, so to speak. We're speaking about your FICO score market, okay? So you want to check your credit score. Even if you have established credit, you have had credit, you have had a credit score for many years, checking your credit score is really important because not only it tells you where you are at on the FICO spectrum. Are you at 700? Are you at 750? Are you at 350? Are you at 450? Then you have a clear idea. That's number one. Number two, when you check your credit score, you have the potential to actually see whatever mistakes, if any, are on your credit score, on your credit report. Okay, maybe you have missed payments, or you have some information that's inaccurate. If you so you have the possibility to dispute things. So that's why it's important to always check your credit score. And the cool thing is you can go to annualcreditreport.com to check your credit score for free. Once a year, you can do that, no problem. So you want to start with checking your credit score. Number two, you want to make on-time payments. And I don't care if if you have existing credit cards or you have a personal loan or you have utilities, you have bills, whatever it is, you want to make on-time payments. Because see, the thing is, utility companies, they also report your data to the credit bureaus, to the credit reporting agencies. So if you have a strategy where you are constantly on top of your bills, that's pretty good because let's say your payment history accounts a lot in your credit score. So if you have let's say a system where you pay your bills on time every time, that's really good because then you can be approved for any credit card. If you want to get approved for any credit card, you also want to keep your balances low. So when I speak about balances, I'm speaking directly or indirectly about something called credit utilization ratio. I mean, you basically have two things that are pretty correlated. So you have DTI and CRU. So when I say a CRU, I'm CUR, and DTI. So when I say CUR, I'm speaking about credit utilization ratio, and that's basically your total balances versus what you have available as credit. Okay, let's say for instance you have a credit card with a limit of $10,000, $10,000, and you're keeping balances on average of 3,000 on that card. That means that you are having a credit utilization ratio of 30%, which is relatively high. What I like to see somewhere around 20 to 10%. The lower your credit utilization ratio, the better. Okay. So if you want to be approved for any credit card, keep your credit utilization ratio low. And it's also important because your credit utilization ratio is a component of your FICO score. So the lower, the better. Okay. There is an inverse relationship between your credit utilization ratio and your FICO score, meaning the lower your credit utilization ratio, the higher your credit score. And I spoke a little earlier about your DTI too. DTI is kind of correlated to your CUR in the sense that DTI is mostly for installment loans, installment credit, where CUR is for revolving credit. Okay, so DTI is your debts to income ratio. So debts to income ratio means that basically lenders are looking at your cash inflows versus your cash outflows in relation to debt. So let's say you're making 10 grand a month So every month you make $10,000, and you are actually paying debts. You have debt payments of $20,000. That means your DTI is 20%. Is relatively high because if you have a DTI of 20%, and on top of that you have other debts to take care of, that's high. But if you want to really be approved for any credit card, keep those two metrics: your CUR and or your DTI low. If you want to be approved for any credit card this year, a premium credit card, or let's say a basic credit card, you want to also make sure that you are strategic about timing your applications. Don't just go ahead and apply for credit cards all the time, and also don't apply for too many credit cards at once. Like if you're searching for a credit card, you want to really target things like pre-qualification. I will speak about pre-qualification later on, but I want to really tell you that you want to really favor those credit card providers that give you a soft pull, because a hard pull is kind of damaging to your credit score. And if you want to be approved for any credit card, your credit score is really quite essential, right? If you want to think about it, the lender, the credit card provider, is going to go and check your credit score. No matter what, they will check your credit score. Okay, so you want to really limit the number of times somebody checks your credit score for real. For real. In other words, you have a hard pull. So basically, let's say you are looking for a credit. You are on the hunt for a credit card right now, right? You know already the kind of credit cards you want. Do you want cash back? Do you want balance transfers? Do you want travel rewards? Do you want miles? Do you want points? Do you want whatever you want? You want to really go to a, let's say, what I call an aggregating website, such as you have a lot of them. Just let me know in the comment section, and I can tell you which one you can use based on your geography. But you want to go to a website that aggregates credit card data and basically apply there, because then when you apply there, you're getting a soft pull. You're not getting a hard pull right away. You're getting a soft pull. A soft pull just means that, hey, listen, a lender is giving you some propositions and you can choose. You have the possibility to choose, okay? And also, you can consider a credit score monitoring tool. You have a lot of them. You have Experian Boost. You have Equifax Boost. You have a TransUnion, but that really will mean that you need to pay for a subscription service. Okay, so that means if you have the extra budget for it, like $20, $30, or $50 a month extra, that's a pretty good strategy. If you want to be approved for any credit card, and I think I said this below earlier, but I want to reiterate it, you want to apply for cards in your score range. So, like I said, if you have a 300 FICO score, don't go and apply for the Chase Sapphire Reserve or the American Express Platinum. No, those cards will deny you. And so you do not want, because this is not like applying for a credit card is not rocket science, but it is science in the sense that you can really look at input versus output, because those credit card providers, like I told you a little earlier, their business model, their entire business model is was built around actually reaching out to a certain target in the consumer base. Okay, so if you are looking for, let's say, a travel rewards credit card, for example, make sure that you have the exact FICO score, not the exact, but also the approximate FICO score to actually qualify. Okay, because lenders will always look at the FICO score first before even looking at things like your income or your financial statements or your employment status overall. So this is kind of cool. So one thing for sure, if you have, let's say, no credit, bad credit, or fair credit, it can be really challenging to qualify for many credit cards. So it may actually make sense in your case to spend some time building up a positive credit history, or even thinking about getting credit builder credit cards. Now, credit builder credit cards have certain restrictions, but at least you will be approved. And the bottom line here is you want your data to be reported to the CRAs, the credit reporting agencies, so that you can accumulate positive credit history to actually beef up your credit score. Now, if you have a good credit score or even excellent credit score, it becomes easier to be approved for a broader range of cards, right? And also, if you have excellent credit, you will qualify for those premium cards. And those premium cards actually have lots of perks, lots of rewards attached, but they charge you an annual fee though. Okay. For instance, if you have the Chase Sapphire Premium, sorry, the Chase Sapphire Reserve, expect to pay up to $795 in fees and an annual fee. That's a lot. I mean, $795, but you also have the American Express Platinum that's charging you $695. So you got to really be ready to actually pay for stuff, pay for benefits that come with, pay for perks that come with those premium credit cards. If you want to be approved for any credit card, sometimes it's just better to go for the low hanging fruit. Let me explain. Think about a secured credit card. Because the whole thing here is that a secured credit card, you will never be denied because it's not the credit card provider giving you access to a credit line. It's your own money. It's a deposit that you make, right? That they transform into your credit limit, which means that you have the possibility to actually control how much credit limit you can get from the get-go. Let's say you put a deposit of $5,000 or $3,000. That's actually what the credit card provider will give you. Now, in some cases, they're not giving you the full amount. They will give you 90% or 95%. Okay, but bottom line here is that this is the surest route if you have no credit or bad credit. If you have bad credit or no credit, a secured credit card is actually the easiest. And what I want to say is that if you want to go for a secured credit card, don't go for those credit cards that are charging you like crazy annual fees or crazy membership fees. Like you have cards like the Indigo that are charging you crazy fees. No, you want to really contact your bank. You want to contact your credit union, right? Go to your branch, have a conversation face to face with a rep, and explain your situation. The reason why it's a lot easier to go to your bank to apply for a secured credit card is that they have your data already. Okay, they have your income. You probably have a direct deposit, so they're seeing like your cash inflows and your cash outflows. So it's a lot easier to graduate you as a credit card holder, like from secured to unsecured, within 6 months, within 3 months, within 4 months. Okay, because the bank sees that okay, you are using your card responsibly. You have money coming in. You have all the all the qualities to actually have an unsecured credit card. So this is kind of cool. And so go to your bank, go to your credit unions. It's a lot easier to qualify there. If you want to be approved for any credit card this year, you also want to know what you use your card for. Going back to what I told you earlier, right? Every credit card on the market exists for a specific consumer base. So credit card providers actually they attach rewards, they attach perks on each credit card or no rewards depending on the target market they are going after. Okay, for instance, you have credit cards for students, you have rewards credit cards, you have cashback credit cards, you have intro bonus credit cards. Okay, so if you know what you will use your card for, that will help you position your application properly so that when you actually contact the credit card provider, when you submit your application, you have all the chances of being approved. So let me give you an example. If you think about intro bonus credit cards, let's say you are interested in a credit card for a large purchase. You want to buy something for 10 grand, like a new home appliance for 10 grand. What you want to do here is that you want to pick a card that offers either a generous introductory 0% APR period or a generous welcome bonus for spending a certain amount shortly after opening the card, or ideally both, right? 0% APR, but also welcome bonus. That way you'll get your money back on your purchase and avoid any interest charges as you pay back your purchase. And also, when you think about knowing what you use your card for, let's take another example. If you have a rewards credit card, Let's say you want a credit card to actually earn points, cashback, or miles on the spending that you already do. Focus on rewards cards. Look for a card with a generous rewards structure in the areas where you spend the most, right? Or your family spends the most. So this can be a retail, this can be dining, this could be transportation, this can be grocery shopping, this can be anything. But just make sure that the spending matches your, let's say your patterns, your lifestyle. Okay, and if you are a student, you can go for credit cards for students because some student credit cards are designed specifically to offer student rewards tailored to their spending needs. Okay, and all students cards can provide a bridge from college into financial adulthood. Like if you take student credit cards from Capital One or student credit cards from Discover, you will find that those cards are pretty good for that target market. If you want to be approved for any credit card, I think I touched on this point a little earlier, but I want to repeat it here. You want to get pre-qualified before you apply. That way, you are pretty sure that you have good odds in your favor to actually qualify, to actually be approved. Okay, so you want to get pre-qualified for any. So the thing is, pre-qualification. Let me just give you a caveat here. Let me qualify what I just said. Pre-qualification is not a guarantee for approval, right? But it can really eliminate some guesswork because you have a clear idea, or at least some idea of how much you could qualify for. So when we speak about pre-qualification, we're speaking about soft credit. We're talking about soft pull, okay? And soft pulls don't affect your credit score. So and you're just trying to determine your odds of approval. So start by reviewing cards you're likely to qualify for based on your credit profile, and you can also narrow down your pre-qualified card. Search by category, breaking down matches to find what's most relevant to you. Okay, so ask yourself: are you looking for balanced transfer credit cards, or are you looking for gas rewards credit cards? Are you looking for cashback credit cards? Are you looking for miles credit cards? Okay, and the last thing you want to do if you want to get it approved for any credit card is to submit an application. But the timing of the submission is really important. Going back to what I said a little earlier, do not apply for multiple credit cards at the same time. So basically, you need to. One thing you need to understand is that when you are ready to apply, you will need to provide information to the card issuer to verify your identity, but also your income, but also your monthly housing payments, because they are paying attention to your CUR, but they're also paying attention to your DTI. Okay, so when I was talking to you earlier about making on-time payments or also keeping your balances low, and I mentioned DTI and CUR, this is important because lenders will check that kind of data. Okay, so once you submit the application, you may receive a decision right away. If you are approved, you'll receive information on how long you should expect to wait for your card to arrive in the mail, and you will sometimes receive instant access to a virtual credit card to make purchases in the meantime. Okay, so that's really good. And if you are denied credit, the issuer is required, and that's the law, to provide you with a reason and tell you which credit card, or I mean not credit card, which credit report, TransUnion, Experian, or Equifax they used to make their decision. So denial is actually disappointing, but there is actually a set of steps you can take to help your odds of approval the next time you apply. Okay, so a few options include maybe becoming an authorized user on a family member's credit card, applying later after you have had a chance to improve your credit, or even applying for a secured credit card. Like I said, applying for secured credit cards is a lot easier. That's the surest way to get approved anyway. So, in conclusion, in today's conversation, I spoke to you about how to get approved for any credit card. I gave you the top 10 steps to follow if you want to be approved no matter what. Thank you so much. God bless you. I will see you next time. Until then, remember, stay marvelous.